Hello, everyone, and welcome to TPCFL Game Time, Week 15. We're taking on Dallas and Chicago here in AT&T Stadium. My name's Meter, and I'm joined in the booth here today by the owner, the founder, the man, the myth, the legend, Brian Langell. How's it going today, Langell?
Meter, I am outstandingly excited for this game, and let me be the first to wish you happy Thanksgiving, sir.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. Canadian Thanksgiving was, what, about a month ago now?
About a month ago, yes.
Well, fair enough. Well, happy late Thanksgiving to you.
It works for me, man. Works for me. Tomorrow's just another Thursday for me, but yes, I appreciate the sentiment, sir.
Well, fair enough. And what better way? What goes better with Thanksgiving than a little bit of football?
Definitely. South of the border, it is a big thing, but also in the world of online gaming, it's huge. In TPCFL, we've got the Bears and the Cowboys. Here we go.
We're talking Slangel. We're talking Colbus. These two are absolute veterans. Both of these players are amazing at what they do, and Slangel has consistently improved year over year over year. And this year, definitely going to be a playoff contender.
That's right. Slangel will be in the playoffs this year, and I wish her the best of luck, Meter.
Absolutely. And Colby, of course, makes playoffs just about every year. I don't have the stat in front of me of whether he has every single year, but if I was a betting man, I'd say if he missed any, maybe once.
Maybe once. I'd have to go back and check the stats on that. That's kind of my job as color commentator. I apologize, but yes, Colby, a perennial favorite in this league.
Handoff out to the left side, taken down, well behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 15 now from the 37. Chicago has such a strong run game. Getting Cohen off to a good start is going to be pivotal, in my opinion. What are your thoughts on the run game?
The run game is a huge part of the Chicago offense. If Dallas can keep them in line, it's going to make it a lot harder for Chicago to make it down the field. They have to dominate and set up that ground game early.
Snap, dropping back to the 30, stepping forward, looking left, looking right, lobbing it over to the left side. This one's picked off, and this one's going back for 6. That's a pick 6. Are you kidding me already? Touchdown, Dallas.
What a way to start the game by the Cowboys. They are in there, and it is 6-0 pending the extra point. Meter, this is going to be an explosive game.
It is. It's already an explosive game. We saw one great pass, a handoff for a loss, and then a little lob out to the right side, picked off, and immediately brought back in for 6 points.
The good news on all this is Chicago gets to try it again here with no time off the clock. They get the offense right back. Their defense is going to be heavily rested for this one.
And what better way to fire AT&T Stadium up than to put 6 points on the board in the first 30 seconds, and you don't even start with the ball.
No, this is an absolutely exclusive. Yes, it is exclusive. Explosive start by the Cowboys.
And 2 out to the left now, 2 in the backfield. Trubisky directly behind the center, takes the snap, handoff, pushing up towards the middle, and taken down at the 29. The kickoff was well through the end zone, so they started the 25. So if my math is correct, that's a 4-yard gain on that run.
That is a 4-yard gain. My math's not the best, but I'm pretty confident that you're correct on that one.
2nd and 6 now. Chicago looking to get something going here. Very strong offensive line trailing off to the right side. Robinson way out to the left and man in the backfield, the snap. Handoff fake, looking downfield, waiting for something to develop. Looking, rolling out to the left, bombing it into double coverage. And this one, almost picked off.
Intercepted. Wow. I don't understand the offense of the Bears right now. That could have been 2 passes, 2 interceptions. They need to calm this down and fast.
That was super dangerous. I could not say that any better myself.
Trubisky now, 3rd and 6.
Snap here, dropping back to the 20, looking downfield, throwing over to the left side. This one almost picked off again.
The defense of the Cowboys standing tall. We're less than 3 minutes in, and Chicago's already been off the field twice with their offense.
The wind not doing Chicago any favors here. This kick is up, it's back. about the 20-yard line. It's going to be returnable, getting some blocking, cutting out to the left side, and finally being taken down at the 36. Some great field position for Dallas to start this drive.
Everything that can go wrong for the Bears is going wrong right now as far as the start of the game goes. The good news is, Meter, they have a lot of time to turn this around, but this cannot be the start that they wanted in this game.
Yeah, that's definitely a given there. Dallas, of course, starting their first drive of the game, although the scoreboard might suggest differently. That is the case.
Their offense out on the field for the first time. The defense gaining points to start the game.
Prescott takes the snap, handoff out to the left side, picking up some good yards, spinning through a hit before taking down. 4 yards on that one for Elliott.
I have a technical note for our fans watching wherever you are. If you're watching this game on Safari, you're about 3 seconds behind. I needed to change over to Chrome to get caught up, so I apologize for the delay in the start of the game there.
And there was a minor delay on my end as well in the sound effects, so I have changed that, and now everything is perfect. And we're right back in there, swatted down. Prescott 0 for 1 now as the defense able to come up with a big stop there.
I'm telling you, as a production team, you and I are right on top of everything. We both fixed our browser situations, and we're only like 2 minutes into the game, Meter. Give a high five here. Here we go.
We'll work on the high five.
Yes, we'll work on it.
Prescott,
it sounded good, though.
Prescott directly behind the center. One way off to the right. Offensive line strong and trailing to the right side. Elliott in the backfield. Man in motion from the right side of the offensive line towards the middle and back out to the right. Handoff fake. Looking, throwing out over the left side. And this one's caught. What a huge play there. He dropped the ball. Oh, my goodness.
Floated that in there. Looked beautiful until it was dropped. Now the Cowboys 3-0, forced to punt. Gaining 4 total yards on that drive.
Jones boots this one away. It's high. It's back. It's well through the end zone.
Bears march out to the 20-yard line to start their 3rd drive of the game. Desperately hoping for more success than the first 2.
That was a big stop for Chicago. They have a chance to slow it down, calm down, put some points on the board. They need a solid drive here.
They do. They need a solid drive. They need at least one, if not more. Well, I would say they need more, but they definitely need to get a first down in this drive, or psychologically, they are going to be in trouble. Total yards, Chicago 21, Dallas 4, but yet it's 7-0 Dallas. Incredible.
Handoff right up the middle, picks up 5, 2nd and 5 now. 2 in the backfield, 2 out to the left of the snap. Handoff again, picks up the first and pushes his way forward for an extra couple. Now to the 32-yard line on a 7-yard run.
Chicago definitely needed that success. It's a small success, but it moves them in the right direction, Meter.
Hey, any success is a welcome sight here today when you're on the enemy's field, surrounded by thousands of fans. We're hoping every one of your plays come out as a failure.
That's the one thing that both players and owners in this league need to, get over. And I know it's a big thing in the first couple seasons is playing road games and the intimidation factor. Most of these veterans now are over those sort of jitters. Swatted away.
Trubisky.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, are you like a serious amount ahead of me? They hadn't even snapped when you said swatted away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently I am. It's 1:31 left in the first, 3rd and 11.
I show that too. Pick and play, pick and play, pick and play. Just pick.
I'm coming up to the line. Maybe I am ahead.
Looks like you might be a solid 5 or 6 seconds ahead of me.
All right, Trubisky drops back. I don't know. Did it happen for you yet?
Oh my God! Yeah, so you may have to do play-by-play. Let's switch.
All right, let's switch here. Chicago now 4th and 1, forced to punt it away. Huge play by the Cowboys, but actually deflected it back into the hands of the Bears, but it wasn't enough. Now the punt going down into that deadly coffin corner, but not quite enough leg behind it. The Cowboys move back out, and it's now going to be 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. 54 seconds left in the first. If you're just tuning in, Meter is here for the game tonight, but due to technical difficulties, the voice of the the commentary side, the color side of TPC Game Time is now in the driver's seat for tonight and tonight only. Prescott back, waiting for the play to develop, waiting, throws out, and it's swatted away by the Cowboys. Prescott now 0 for 3 start this game, but yet again, the Cowboys up 7-0. This game is definitely not a traditional game, Meter.
It's not at all. I mean, we're seeing a heck of a lot of defense here, a lot of swatted balls. The run game for Chicago has been fairly successful. We've seen multiple first downs in that regard. But for both teams, the pass game hasn't really netted much of anything.
Not yet. Prescott again back to throw now 0 for 4, 3rd and 10 now from the 23-yard line. It just seems as though both quarterbacks are jinxed going into this first quarter. They can't seem to gain anything.
Prescott with a little bit more accuracy, positioning that ball a little bit better, but the hits from Chicago just too much, and these guys can't hold on to the ball.
It's going to be interesting to see which team figures out their offense first as far as the air game goes. Prescott now back. Waits, fakes off to Elliott, throws out to the left, and caught by Wino, dropped by Witten. 4th and 10. That's a 3-and-out again for the Cowboys. If you're looking for a defensive game, you found it right here on TPC Game Time.
I love myself a defensive game, absolutely, but once again, what we saw, another dropped pass. It's been the plague of both these teams here tonight.
Definitely has been. The offense not really, living up to the standards of either team. We're used to both of these teams being able to score with quick offense. So far tonight, it's the defense that's stepping up. I think that the offense will be buying defensive stakes after this game. Trubisky back, waiting, pedaling, throwing wildly down the field, and it's caught. Huge play by Trubisky, gaining 43 yards in one play. The clock's still ticking down. May get one more play in here before the end of the first quarter, but the Bears are definitely in striking distance now on the 37-yard line and heading directly for that end zone. 8 seconds left. Clock dropping 5, 4. We might get one run play off here before, and we do. Howard stops, swallowed up by the Cowboys defense, and that will end the first quarter. Cowboys up 7-0 in one of the strangest first quarters I've seen all season, Meter.
Definitely the most defensive teams I've seen, defensive quarter I've seen probably all season. I mean, you're talking the only points put up in the game have been by the defense.
Absolutely incredible. Now to start off the second quarter now. Chicago, 2nd and 6 from the 33-yard line. Fakes the pass, waits, throws over the middle, wide open. Stopped on the 10-yard line, folded up like an accordion with that stop. But the damage has been done and is now 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. And Meter, where are we on the field right now?
We're midway through the red zone, Langell. We are right on the fringe of the red hot zone, the 10-yard line.
Yeah, we definitely are. And if you like hearing it again, we're still there. We're in that zone because the Bears went nowhere on that drive. 2nd and 10 from the 10-yard line. The defense of the Cowboys are going to have to stand strong right now. Bend but don't break is probably their best game plan. Howard out to the right, taking off, stopped again by the Cowboys defense, gaining 1 yard on the play. I'm sorry, I said Howard, it's Cohen. My apologies. Now 3rd and 9 from the 9-yard line. This is going to be a huge play by Chicago. Going for 6, hoping for 3 if it's the follow-up to it. This is a huge play right now by the Bears. 3rd and 9. Trubisky drops back, waiting, looking for an open player. Throws over the middle and is stopped right on the 2-yard line. The Bears going to have to settle for a field goal from 19 yards out to cut into that lead meter, but does not tie the game.
You could see he was looking for his running back the entire way. He was hung up on his own offensive line, finally broke out of it, was wide open down the middle, and just couldn't cross that finish line.
I got to give credit to the Cowboys defense on that as well.
Once again.
The Bears marched down that field, the best we've seen so far in this game, but yet when push came to shove, they were stopped at the 2-yard line and only forcing 3 points.
Not to mention, they're about to get the ball back with just 4:07 left to play. They have all their timeouts, of course, though it may be a little early to talk about that. And to start the second half, they're going to get the ball again.
It's a chess game, Meter. Look at that. Total yards in the game, 115 for Chicago, 4 by the Cowboys, but yet the Cowboys own a 4-point lead. This is absolutely insane here on TPC Game Time. Elliott out to the left, taking off, stumbles past,
what a beautiful
keeps on
move.
going.
Wow.
Huge play by Elliott. That's 5 times as much offense as the entire team has had so far in the game, and he did it in 1 play.
That little tiny juke move over to the left to dodge the dive and shaking off the heavy tackle. Had him by the shoulders, just kept moving and fell out of bounds. Beautiful run play.
Sometimes it's hard to derail a freight train, Meter.
Absolutely.
Prescott now up to the line. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Witten in motion. Elliott again moves out to the right, and this time stopped behind the line.
The Bears were ready that time.
They definitely were. They saw the run coming and said, no, not today. 2nd and 12 now. Cowboys going backwards. Cowboys lining back up again. Prescott hoping to gain success on this play. Hasn't been successful that much in this entire game so far. Waits back, throws, and it's swatted away by the Chicago defense. Prescott 0 for 6.
Another great defensive play. These free safeties know what they're doing. They're swatting balls out of the air. They're just making every stop that they need to make. And as a quarterback, that's got to make you question every time you're stepping up to the line, knowing you're going to be throwing. Where am I going to go? Do I have time? Who isn't covered? And the answer right now is nobody.
Exactly. It's got to waver on the confidence. Well, look at that. Oh, smashed out of his hands after the catch. Prescott 0 for 7. This is ludicrous. I have not seen the Cowboys struggle this way offensively all season. This is a lot for the Bears defense to rattle the Cowboys at home, Meter.
Unprecedented.
The kick, bringing it down now roughly, I'd say the 8-yard line, 7-yard line.
Beautiful
kick. It is
kick.
The 7-yard line. Absolutely beautiful.
Colby-esque, if you will.
Kobe-esque indeed. I've talked to Slange before. She doesn't feel confident making those corner kicks. Never seems to be able to pull them off, but that is within the red zone, within the red hot zone of kicking it. I take that as a win.
That might be the blue cold zone. I don't know.
Cohen out to the left and swallowed up immediately, gaining 1 yard on that play. Quickly heading towards the 2-minute warning. 40 seconds left to go on this with 30 seconds on the play clock. 7-3 is your score. If you're just joining us, it's the Cowboys and the Bears here on TPC Game Time. First half of a doubleheader as far as league broadcasts go this week, Peter. Friday night, it's going to be the Patriots and the Eagles.
Now that's a game I'm excited for.
I'm excited for that as well. If you haven't figured out why yet, it is a clash between my broadcast partner Meter and myself Friday night here on Mixer TPC Game Time. If you're having a little bit of a turkey hangover, come spend the evening with us. We're doing this all over again. The Patriots and the Eagles from 2-minute warning.
Quick shout out, D. Grucker. Thank you for the follow. Enjoy your season tickets. Let me tell you something. You will not regret them. We do this every single week, sometimes multiple times a week. Live broadcast. We are so happy to have you here.
Definitely. Thank you. Trubisky throws out with a screen pass to the left and is taking off down the field. One man to get by.
Oh my God!
Huge play by the Bears. 24 yards on a screen pass.
Great blocking downfield. That spin move, they didn't have a chance.
At all. At all. Trubisky now lining up on the 45-yard line. The Bears hand off to Cohen. Cohen out to the left and gets smashed, but gains maybe 3 yards on the play. 5 yards on the play. Hurry up offense now. The Bears quickly back to the line, and they look like they are aiming for the end zone, hoping to catch the Cowboys off guard and off balance. Throws it, smashed out of the air like a volleyball by the Cowboys.
He was rushed there for sure. There was a man coming in off the edge on the left side. Very fast. Anytime you have that play action, it gives the defense a little bit of time. If anybody's blitzing, they get past somebody on that offensive line. They're coming in at your quarterback, and you're not going to have a lot of time to make a decision there. And this time, almost an interception.
Expert analysis there, sir. And sacked down by the Cowboys. It's going to be 4th and long. 4th and long. 64-yard field goal.
And there's the same thing we're talking about. You have somebody coming in. You got two decisions as a quarterback. You either take a chance and throw the ball to whoever you think might be open, risk an interception, or hold on to it and you go down with it.
I think it's always the safer decision to try to throw it away if possible. You never want to give up yards. In this situation, it put them way out of field goal range. In fact, now they're switching over to punt, realizing that a missed field goal at the 45-yard line is going to put the Cowboys in position to gain at least 3 points before the end of this half. So they are punting, and if my prediction is correct, this is going to be one of those Colby-esque punts right into the corner. Oh, and he just goes out of bounds. So it's going to be on the 20-yard line, but that was definitely close by the Bears. 51 seconds left in the half. Cowboys with the ball and getting the ball back to start the second half. How would you play this meter? Would you just try to drain the clock out, or would you try to get to at least in field goal range to put this up by a full score again?
Start out with a run, make them think that maybe they're going to do some run plays, and then bomb it downfield.
And Dallas doing the exact opposite now. Prescott 0 for 8. They make that throw, and it gets swatted away. 2nd and 10. I don't understand what's wrong with Prescott today. I would almost contemplate maybe starting the backup quarterback, see if he can get some field time in, some game time in, and see if he can complete a pass or two.
There's definitely going to be a conversation in the locker room at halftime. Something has to change. You can't win a game with your quarterback completing 0 passes.
And just like that, Prescott finishes a pass, his first of the game, with 38 seconds left in the first half, which has to be a TPCFL record and not one you want to be a part of. 1st and 10 now from the 40-yard line, 38 seconds on the clock after a timeout by Dallas. That 20-yard gain is the biggest through the air, obviously, that the Cowboys have done all game. Let's see if they can go 2 for 2 here. End this half on a positive note. Throwing out, and it's just tapped out of the way. Prescott 1 for 10.
You know, you mentioned maybe it's time to pull Prescott. You got to remember a lot of these, I got to imagine at least half of these have been amazing passes right into the breadbasket, right into the numbers of the receiver, and they've just been hit so hard they haven't been holding on to the ball. I can't pin everything on Prescott. Yeah, there's been some questionable ones, but the Bears have been playing great defense, and I think that's caused a lot of these issues.
You know what? You are correct. You are correct, Meter. But statistically speaking, 1 for 11. Prescott is a veteran in this league. Slangel's a veteran in this league. You would think that, you know, if things were under pressure, you'd compensate and move in a different direction. And for whatever reason, Whether it be the strong defense of the Bears or that Slangel's rattled, that has not happened yet.
No, and that's definitely fair. Anytime you're looking at 1-11, you are not happy with that stat right there. Veteran,
Prescott,
rookie, anybody.
Prescott waiting, throwing into triple coverage, almost intercepted by the Bears, and just like that, it's 4th and 10, and the Bears are going to get another chance at the ball before this half ends. Disastrous clock management by the Cowboys.
Absolutely. We've seen some clock management issues from the Cowboys before. It's plagued them a little bit all season. Wow, that was really risky.
And now,
why did
Bears,
Chicago let that bounce and then choose to go back and try and pick it up?
That seems like this whole game is just out of the twilight zone. Now the Bears push back to the 6-yard line. 17 seconds on the clock on the 2 timeouts. I have to expect that there's going to be some pressure from both sides here. Cowboys trying to contain, and the Bears looking to take off, but gets swallowed up.
Cohen's having a lot of miscommunications in the backfield. Any of these runs up the middle, he's had some successful ones, picking up 3, 4, 6, even 10 yards up the middle. But when he's been doing so, a lot of his time has been lost being hung up on his own offensive line. My question is, how many yards would Cohen have? How many points would the Bears have if that wasn't the case?
I think that entire team offensively needs to get on the same page and let Cohen do what he does best. Now to start the second half, the Bears kick off to the Cowboys, pick it up at the 8-yard line and start their run back. Makes it out to the 26-yard line.
Not a bad way to start the second half. With the
No, not
lead,
at
the
all.
ball, and ahead of schedule, the 26-yard line.
Again, I cannot argue with anything you're saying here. You speak truth every time you open your mouth, sir. 165 to 43 are the total yards for the teams. You see it up there on the trending board. Now, 1st and 10. Prescott sees something he wants to change, making a number of changes there at the line. Witten out to the left now. Prescott back, waiting. He throws wide open, caught by Witten. Cross field, and the catch is made. That's a good way to start the second half, Peter. That's progress.
Whatever Slangel said in the locker room at halftime, it worked. See,
18
Prescott's
yards
looking
on that first
downfield.
play.
He sees something in the defense. He sees the soft spot, and guess what? He made it work for them, and he put some yardage up there on the field.
Definitely. Here we go. Elliott now out to the right, and unfortunately goes the wrong way down a one-way street, losing 1 yard on the play. 2nd and 11 from the 43-yard line.
A handoff attempt on a first down, pretty standard, and nothing I can argue with, especially when you've had such a hard time in the air so far here today. You got to keep Chicago honest. You got to keep them thinking. The run game's still there.
Wide open. Look at this. Another first down.
Very, very soft defense there. They had a hard blitz. Looks like there was someone who was supposed to be covering that exact curl route, and they just found the gap between the deep coverage and the soft coverage, and they filled it.
Placed it in there, and now it's a 1st and 10 by the Cowboys. Prescott gaining confidence here in this second half after a disastrous first half. Hands off to Elliott out to the right, and he's bust wide open. 1st down and more.
What a great play.
14 yards on that play, 15 yards, 15 yards on that play. I'm getting pretty good at this. I'm getting pretty good at predicting the numbers here.
Absolutely.
I only took 6 seasons, but here we are. Now, here we go from the 29-yard line. Definitely in field goal range if they can keep those 3 points in their back pocket. Prescott handing off to Elliott out to the left and makes another 1st down. Right now, the Cowboys moving down the field, and the Bears have no answer. Where in the first half, they were stopping them with everything they did.
This is a really big opportunity if Dallas puts some points on the board. There's already pressure on Chicago, but that is going to really twist the wrench on them. They're going to have to come up with something big on it from an offense that hasn't been producing much so far this game.
Totally agreed. Prescott now goes for the hands-off, fakes it, throws it. Oh, and it's swatted out of the way in the end zone by the Bears. Callahan deflecting that pass. 2nd and 10 now from the 19-yard line. They are in the red zone.
Grucker showing a little love in the chat. Thank you so much, brother. Much appreciated.
Look at this now. Wide open right down Main Street and in for a touchdown. Elliott taking it in on the ground. 19 yards for the touchdown. And the score is now 13-3. Bears pending the extra point. Or sorry, Cowboys pending the extra point.
There's a lot of time left in this game. The Bears, I believe, haven't even woken up yet. But let me tell you something, Langell. It's time the Bears wake up.
Yeah, it's not time for hibernating yet. We're going into the playoffs here. The Bears need to not only wake up in this game, but stay awake for the rest of this season. They pretty much have the division locked up. The only team that can stop them is the Vikings. And a loss here is going to make it a little bit harder for the Bears to pull that off.
And I personally would not want to have the Vikings breathing down my neck.
Ever. That's why I'm not in that division.
That's why.
That's the reason why. I just looked at it and I said, "Don't draft me, kid." Here we go. The Bears. Oh, throws it away before it's getting hammered. Trubisky now 6 for 12. 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. This game has been all over the place. I wouldn't have predicted this. You know, when I was looking at our pre-show notes, something like this was not even incomprehensible. That just goes to show you, Meter, anything can happen on any given night here in TPCFL.
And that's very true. Getting back to the division real quick, is it true? I heard a rumor once that when Johnsy stepped away from the league briefly, the Lions actually offered you a contract. Is that the reason that you turned it down?
The Lions offered me a deal, and I have been a Bears fan, a Lions fan for multiple years, and I just, that is a murderer's row division, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick where I am, and ended up moving to Philadelphia, but I did not go to Detroit.
The contract must have been just a little bit better.
Yeah, it was good. I like Philly cheesesteaks, and where better to get them than in Philadelphia itself. 4th and 20 now. The Cowboys sacking Trubisky, punting from their own 15-yard line, punting from their own 1-yard line. Colby trying to line this up, trying to get it somewhere to get some distance on it, but unfortunately from their own 1-yard line, there's only so far you can go. To the 40-yard line, I'm coming back. It's just out of the bottom of our screen there, Meter. Our game later this week, I am currently 5-8. You are 10-3. Statistically speaking, that is quite the difference between our two teams this season. It's a tale of two different teams. But I'm willing to tell you, I'm bringing the fight that game, and I hope you do as well, sir.
And I am really excited for it. Every time I've played you, no matter what game we're playing, no matter what sport, no matter what season or what teams we are, it's always a good game. That's 5 p.m. Eastern, 11:29. That's Friday, and I look forward to that, and I know you guys will too.
Definitely. Do not miss it. Prescott Wade throwing almost caught before it hits the ground. Dallas starting off in excellent field position here at the 50-yard line. They don't want to risk this or throw this away. This is a huge opportunity gifted to them by the Bears.
And another great defensive play by the Bears.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. The Bears defense has been, look at that, swallows up Elliott behind the line now. 3rd and 13, 3rd and 12. It's within a yard. It's close. 3rd and 12 now from the 48-yard line. The Bears defense, I wouldn't want to face the Bears defense, whether it be the preseason, regular season, or definitely in the playoffs. They have a way of sending you backwards against your own will repeatedly.
That's
Third and 12.
very, very true.
3rd and 12 now for the Cowboys. Prescott back, needs a first down here, throws, and it gets just tapped out of the way. Look at the defense of the Bears. Punch it from their own 1-yard line. Cowboys started from the 50, and yet they lost 2 yards. Great defense by the Bears.
Absolutely, it's been systematic all game long. The Bears have done an outstanding job, and once again forcing Dallas to punt the ball away.
And they do.
Only one time here tonight has the Dallas offense had any success at all. But to be fair, you can say the same about Chicago.
That is definitely true. But the defense of the Cowboys, they put points on the board, and that's what's saving them right now. Cohen gets absolutely demolished behind the line. That went. Cowboys read that like a book. Now it's 2nd and 13.
In the first quarter, we saw a lot of success on the ground for Chicago. The second quarter, and especially this second half, Dallas has been absolutely lights out. They understand the run game and what the Colby's going for, and Slayton's just not giving an inch.
At all, smothering them before they get a chance to do anything. Look at this. Down, he got away from the tackle, but then tripped. 3rd and 9 now from the 21-yard line.
The little underpass, I do this all the time. When you're on defense, you play a little soft. Let them have the underpass. You want them to have that underpass because the clock's going to keep moving. They're not going to get that first down. It's still 3rd and long.
Agreed. It's kind of like reverse clock
management.
Oh,
my
God. Open. He's almost gone. He's at the 16-yard line. That is a game changer by the Bears. 63 yards on a vertical blast down the field. Just as I was about to say, the Bears need to make something happen. They make a lot happen on that one play.
Move it all the way to the red zone, from the blue zone to the red zone in a play.
Absolutely incredible by the Bears. They needed that. Cohen now going out to the left, makes it past one, and then gets immediately stopped by the Cowboys. 2nd and 8. Hurry up offense, trying to get one more play before the end of the quarter. And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it.
After contact, we saw Cohen with that spin. Turned what would have been a loss of 1 into a gain of 2. And that is what separates the good from the elite. And Cohen and Colby with his run game are definitely in that elite category in this guy's opinion.
No doubt at all. You are correct. Now the pressure's on Chicago, starting the 4th quarter down. And just like that, pressure is completely averted. Touchdown Bears, making it now 14-10 with 5:56. I say 10. I'm assuming they're going to make the extra point. With 5:56 left in the 4th. Don't go anywhere. This game is basically knotted up at this point. You don't want to miss the rest. Oh, they're going for 2 meters. They're trying to go within 2.
You know what? I like this decision. This is a smart decision right here.
And they make it. Now within a field goal. That's a brilliant play by the Bears.
Colby did the math. He felt confident. He knew the play to go for, and he made it happen. 2 points makes this a field goal game.
That puts a lot of pressure on the Cowboys at this point.
Gaudius Bag 204 saying, what a game. I could not agree with you anymore. This game has been amazing. I love a good defensive game. And now the points are coming here in the 4th. It's really going to turn up the dial. It's really going to get everything going. And I'm excited. AT&T Stadium is excited. And Langell, are you excited, my friend?
I am. I am, Meter. I am, Meter. We are here. Look at this Elliott taking off.
I am.
I am. You're listening to National Public Radio.
I'm Ira Glass.
Exactly. The Bears let Elliott slip by there, and already the Cowboys and one player basically at midfield. Now the Cowboys, 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. They need to drain his. Look at this. Elliott out to the left and gets stopped. Had one man to get by, and unfortunately was unable to do it, losing 1 yard on the play.
He had a wide open gap if the blocker had been able to hold this guy, but unfortunately in this case for the Cowboys, not able to do so.
No, but the clock is still dropping, which is the benefit. Oh, we got a flag on the play. Infraction by the Bears, losing 5 yards on that. It's now 2nd and 6 from the 49-yard line. The Bears can't afford to take penalties like that when they are currently down in this game in the 4th quarter.
The Bears have played an amazing, tight defensive game. They had a game plan going in clearly. They've made it work for them. They got to stay calm. The game's within 3. Plenty of time on the clock. Keep playing your game. You'll win this game.
Definitely, and the benefit of that meter, they may have given up 5 yards, but they stopped the clock, whereas Dallas could have taken a good 30 seconds. Look at this now, making a pass. I was going to say, they could have taken an extra 30 seconds off the play clock, and that stopped it. So as damaged as it was, giving up 5 yards, it actually gave them a little bit more time. 1st and 10 now from the 31-yard line. The Cowboys marching, getting on their horse and riding because, they're Cowboys. But here we go. Clock still dropping, 4:34. Prescott in position. Elliott immediately smashed. That was like a freight train. 2nd and 13.
More great defense by Chicago.
Oh, you can say that after every play of the entire game meter, and you would not be wrong. Oh, well, there you go. Run that MP3, just loop it. But yeah, here we are. Great play by Chicago. Dallas now 2nd and 13. They're just on the edge of field goal range. They definitely want to get closer to try to put some points on the board. And Elliott out to the left and gets stopped. Gaining 0 on that play. Now 3rd and 14.
2nd and 14, you do an outside handoff. Slangel's not looking at points right now. Slangel's looking at eating clock.
Yes, but she's not using the eat clock time. There's still 20 seconds left on the game clock. On the play clock. I don't understand. The strategy. Sometimes, wait a second, wide open, and that's why my wife is a better player than I am. Makes that pass. I thought she was making mistakes, but in turn, no, she's down to the 13-yard line. She is somewhere that the fans want to know about, Meter. Fire up the GPS. Where are they?
They're on the 13-yard line. They're pretty deep in the red zone, Langell.
This miscue brought to you by Meter. Here we go. Prescott from the 13-yard line. That was awesome. Prescott from the 13-yard line. Letting the play drop a little. Throws out to Elliott. Elliott again wide open. Goes for the turn and doesn't quite make it, but gains 5 yards on the play. 2:47. I just realized the mistake I made there.
And now, my friends, they've driven past the halfway point. They've driven deep into the red zone. Deep into the red hot zone. The 8-yard line.
Did you want to do play-by-play?
A little handoff out to the right side.
Stopped by the Bears. It's 3rd and 5. If I was the Cowboys, I'd be in no hurry to get this last playoff before the 2-minute warning. Let that clock drop. 5 seconds to go. They're lining up at the line. 3, 2, 1, and no. We are at the 2-minute warning.
That's a good call.
Well, I'm wondering whether it was a call or just the fact the players weren't ready to go, one or the other. I'll talk about that and let you know on Friday night whether I'm sleeping on the couch or not for making that assessment. But here we are, 3rd and 5, 2-minute warning. Cowboys up by 3. Don't go anywhere. This is the most exciting part of this game, and you're watching it live here on TPC Sports. Prescott 3rd and 5 from the 8-yard line, calls an audible, sees something he doesn't see.
This has been successful for him every time so far tonight.
The radar eyes of Prescott in the second half have been absolutely on target, waiting, throwing, and wide open into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Unreal. 2 seasons ago, Langell, would you have ever seen Slangell change a play mid-play and have it result in a touchdown absolutely wide open, uncontested?
Not at all. That just shows you the development and the improvement. Wait, we have an injury on the field. Swaim is injured. We'll try to get you a report on that. But no, the confidence and the talent and the all-around game playability by the Cowboys and by Slangell has improved season over season. And you're seeing it here, taking on one of the elite members in the league, Cowboys, 1984, and the Chicago Bears. The Bears make it out to the 29-yard line. They need to score, get an onside kick, and score again with 1 minute and 52 seconds. I'm not saying it's impossible. I've seen Colby do it before, but this is going to be an uphill battle for the Bears in this final 2 minutes of the game meter.
Absolutely. I don't imagine that Swaim is going to be much of an impact here at the end of this game. The tight end, his 5th year in the league. He's sitting on the bench right now, but will they need him again? That's what we're going to find out.
Oh, huge catch by the Bears. I didn't expect that. I thought, pectoral strain will return soon. Huge catch by the Bears, and immediately calling for that timeout. Minute 46 on the clock. The Bears on the 45-yard line. That was a huge pickup on one play alone by Chicago. Colby's making a run at this, making a drive at this. He's already on the Cowboys side of the field and moving forward. 1st and 10 from the 45. Cohen left unattested, moves straight up the middle.
Most guys, I would say, you're doing a run play when you're trying to not have the clock go. What are you thinking? But Colby, he knows what he's doing as far as the run game goes. Picking up the first down, good ball movement.
Definitely. Play action pass now. Trubisky back, waiting, throwing into the, look at this. Stopped at the 3-yard line, the 4-yard line. Just like that, the Bears moving it down the field. 302 total yards now in offense. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line by the Chicago Bears. Do we have a timeout on the field? Is that what's happened here? It looks as though
it is. Colby called a timeout. He didn't fall out of bounds. But right now, they're deep in the red zone, sir. They are deep in the red hot zone.
And were they in? No, they're stopped at the 1-yard line.
Questionable call by the refs there.
I'd actually challenge that, but Colby going ahead with it, wants to get those points. We'll talk to the refs after the game. And the Bears are in for a touchdown.
That's the right decision.
Part 1 of 2 of this mission completed. Now, with 1 minute, 1 second left on the clock, the Bears going for the extra point to bring them again within 3 points. And you have to assume that they are going for the onside kick. Touchdown in 5 plays, 51 seconds, and they aren't. They're actually kicking it down the field. They're going to trust their defense to try to get that ball back for the meter.
Now, it's unfortunate that during that drive they had to call 2 timeouts. Would have been nice if they had gotten to the sidelines, done some hurry-up offense, saved a little bit. Now, they might have more time off the clock if they had done some hurry-up offense, but they also would have timeouts, which would make it not 100% necessary for the onside kick. But when you only have 1 timeout and a team as good as Dallas, I don't know how they're going to stop the clock. I don't even know if mathematically they could win this game if Dallas chooses to kneel it 3 times.
It's impossible if Dallas chooses to kneel, although it doesn't look like Dallas is ready to do that quite yet. Hands off to Elliott. Elliott wide open, gains about 6-7 yards on that play. And there's the last timeout by Chicago. And unfortunately, Meter, now Dallas, all they need to do is drop to a knee, and this game is over. 56 seconds left on the game clock, 50 seconds on the play clock.
Now, if I had chosen to kick it, they did a run play like that. I stop them behind the line. I'm not calling a timeout yet. I want to see how they play it, see if maybe they forget. that they're supposed to be chewing clock. Maybe, just maybe, I'll get lucky in that regard. Save that timeout for the last possible second.
Elliott out to the left. Good analysis, sir. Elliott out to the left and gets stopped. It's 3rd and 4.
Chew clock, take the knee, end the game.
And get out of there. Nobody needs to be a hero. We've seen too many games where people get greedy, throw an interception, and lose the game. I don't think
that
Dallas
sounds like experience.
Somebody's done it. You have to go back through the playbook, back through the season history, and find out who it may have been.
I'll tell you what, I have definitely done that.
Oh, it's something easy to do if you want to try to rack up points or try to throw salt in the wound. You pay for it. Elliott now sidestepping, just waiting for that clock to fall.
It looked like she wanted to take the knee, didn't know how to call it, so ran forward and stopped.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the game. The Dallas Cowboys upset the Chicago Bears, winning the game 21-18 from AT&T Stadium here just outside Dallas. Meter, thank you for joining us here for the broadcast. It was a hell of a game, and I'm honored to have called it with you, sir.
Likewise, brother. Thank you so much. Amazing play-by-play on the fly. You came into this thinking you were going to be doing color. You got suddenly dropped into play-by-play, and once again, as always, the consummate professional, Brian Langell, made it happen. Excellent work.
I can say the exact same thing about your work, sir. You and I are a well-oiled team, and I'm proud to be able to call the booth with you, but as is our entire broadcast team. Whether it's us two or any combination of the other three, you definitely don't want to miss these games. Again, wrapping up the stats here, total offense, 193 by the Cowboys, and an outstanding 306 by the Chicago Bears. 250 yards passed and only 99. Keep it in mind, the Cowboys only had one completed pass in the entire first half. 3rd down conversions, 2 for 8 by the Cowboys, 1 for 6 by the Bears. Both teams dismal in that regard. But Meter, yet again, your prediction stands true. The team that wins 3rd down conversions wins the game, and it happens again tonight.
It's very, very consistent. I would say that is a 90+% stat that whoever's winning 3rd down is winning games. It's a big one. It's a sleeper stat. But this is probably some of the most interesting stats I've seen, where the best offensive team loses the game.
Yeah, definitely stunning. And you look back at it, Meter, it's that interception that pick six, in the first quarter that really decided that entire game.
That's true, and the Bears didn't seem to wake up until the 4th.
But when they
Prescott
did, man, did they wake up angry.
Completion.
That's going to be one of the lowest in league history. But yet, you know what? It doesn't matter because the Cowboys came out tonight, and I believe with that win, they are in position. I know the Giants are still leading the division, but the Cowboys are in striking distance with only 2 games left in the season.
Absolutely, and man, am I excited because playoffs are on the way, and there is no time better in the TPCFL in the year than playoff football.
And that's right around the corner. I'm going to be right here in it from the broadcast booth, and I can't wait to call some games here in the playoffs. It is going to be an absolute great time. If you are still with us in the chat, thank you for tuning in no matter where you're from. Thank you for spending your time with us. Again, my name is Brian Langell. He's Meter, the voice of the TPCFL, and we're going to go head-to-head on Friday. You don't want to miss it. You close these out better than I do, Meter. The mic is yours, sir. Go ahead.
I'll tell you one thing for sure, Langell. I will not be as friendly, professional, or complimentary when we're going head-to-head. I'm going to rip you apart, buddy.
Well, you know, it's all nice to have hopes and dreams there, Meter, but we'll see how it turns out.
You may want to reach out to the Lions and see if they'll take you.
No, those scary Vikings are there. We don't want to do that.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. My name's Meter. Of course, Langell is the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you all have an outstanding rest of your night.